Hi everyone, it's Ravine here to do the weekly reading for September 18th to the 24th. It's like unbelievable how quickly this month is just moving by. So, with the reading this week, I'm really feeling like there is a strong message here coming through about decision making. And what I'm seeing here with the Two of Swords is not only choices that we can make or different choices that we can make in our life, but I'm also seeing the Two Swords as kind of where we are and where we ideally would like to be. And I'm seeing here with the waxing moon that the intensity is only growing. So it's like the voices are getting louder. So we go through cycles in our life. I'm sure you can agree that we feel high, on top of the world, like everything's in alignment, like things are flowing. And then we will go through, the dark night of the soul, and where the oceans of our being, the flow of our being is receding inwards, and we're faced with our internal reality, which speaks to what is not working, what is no longer serving us, where we feel out of alignment. So it's an amplification within the darkness, and it's being illuminated by our spirit of what is not, what is no longer serving us. So with the Two of Swords, the number 2 represents going to somewhere. So it's an action card. It's a change. It's asking you to kind of embrace direction or movement. So this card is speaking to indecision, unclarity of how to move forward, stalemate, an unstill or unsettled heart. So just that feeling of unsettledness, right? The card is speaking to choices, duality, the mind, and the pull of 2 different directions. Maybe you're feeling comfortable in where you are, and there is fear or an unreadiness or an unpreparedness feeling or state of mind, but the voice is also getting louder, like, but this isn't working. It's no longer really serving me. This is my desire to be over here. So how do you bridge those 2 things together? And it really is asking for us to step out of our comfort zones and step into our power in doing so. Perhaps, there's this feeling of being trapped. There's different ideas, callings, responsibilities, this kind of like this drawing from that place. And maybe there's a sense of overwhelm or a sense of feeling like there's no way out. And so the swords also represent or symbolize logic and reason. And the card is also suggesting strong will and the capability of carrying large burdens with the holding of the swords. But if you were to take this stance in your own reality, you would know that you wouldn't be able to hold those swords forever. So there might be strong will here, and this willingness to be still and to look inward. But there is, this sense that movement has to happen. A decision has to be made. So the next card that came out is the Hermit card. And the Hermit is a completion card. It speaks to, the elders. It speaks to having been there, having done that, having the wisdom, the knowledge, and the guidance to bring you inward, to inward focus and contemplation. The Hermit illuminates the path when the path is unclear or feels divided, and is showing you by doing so with deep compassion and empathy, because he's already been on that journey. He understands. There's an understanding. There's a knowing. So with the Hermit, I really feel like there's this asking, or um, it's asking you to take notice and to heed a message or messages that are coming to you. I'm also seeing the Hermit as your higher self in this reading, and kind of the as above, so below. But what's happening here is this card is in reverse. So the Hermit is showing you how to bring this into movement. So the as above being your higher self, and showing you how to balance yourself, to balance the light and the dark, to create movement, how to stand in your power here. But what's happening here with the Chariot in reverse is that it's really speaking to your current situation, the things that are no longer serving you, the emotional blockages. It's got this energy of inertia, indecision, the feeling stuckness, and the needing a new direction, a new energy. So, perhaps you've been avoiding something. Maybe you're feeling, like I said, unready to make changes, but the voice is getting louder now. And so it's really showing you that you have the ability to step back into your power and change what is not working. And you do this with greater intention and making choices from this place. So next here we have the Magician, and the Magician is also speaking to as above, so below. And this is really a card that is signifying manifestation, the power of your thoughts, that we're always weaving our reality. So the as above, so below is also what is in your head is also in your reality. Your thoughts are creating your reality. And so we are manifesting all the time. We are always manifesting. But are we doing so with intention or through subconscious patterning? And so it's really speaking to the power that you have to change your reality by changing your thought focus. So the Magician is showing you that the mastery between the conscious and the unconscious lies within your intention, your awareness, your presence. And the more present you are in your reality, in the choices that you make, the more you can create intentionally. So, this reading is really highlighting the power of the mind, and that there is this energy, this underlying energy of this desire for action. And so this feels like an affirmation, a confirmation that if, you are feeling squeezed, if you are feeling like the things that aren't working in your life need new direction, need, inspiration, then I feel like this is asking you to take heed to those messages and to start taking those little steps. They don't have to be big steps. They can just be little steps into the new direction that you actually would like to create for your life. So, that's speaking to looking within and really seeing where and how you can step into the power of your being with that intention, that radical acceptance and responsibility. Because when we are not stepping into that radical responsibility, we are giving our power away, and that is how we end up being a victim to our realities. So in order to create our realities in a way that we might choose, it's really asking for us to get more present in those decisions. So some questions that I might leave you with today or this week are: where do you feel stuck or at an impasse in your life? Are these patterns in your life Are they, where are these patterns, or are these patterns in your life serving you or no longer serving you? And how can you step into, greater power into these life situations? Where do you need new direction in your life? Do you find change, new direction, ideas, and decision making difficult? And how can you embrace the change in what is no longer working? And only you have the power to do so. It is truly an inward journey. And when we are able to take our power back and to make decisions from that place, we really are able to shift what we create in our realities. So I will leave you with that for this week. Blessings.